Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, and I'm here to do a Soul Reflections video for you. Now today is September 1st, 2015, and if you've watched my last weekly angel card reading or the monthly angel card reading for the month of September, in those videos I mentioned the possibility of doing a Soul Reflections video, and I thought today being the first day of the month, first day of this powerful redirection of energy that we have going on, a lot of astrological changes and energies that are happening, I thought that it would be most appropriate to begin it for you on the 1st. So, and this actually kicks off the month, the 1st of September, with I won't say it's a hugely powerful energy, but today we actually have Venus, which is ruler of the divine feminine energy. She rules love, relationships. She also rules money and finances. And Venus is conjunct or coming into connection with the planet Mars today, which is ruler of the divine masculine. He rules passion, he rules energy and action, and these two energies coming together, it's like, in a sense, the lovers. So from a relationship perspective, this can be the beginning of a new relationship, and at the very least, it's the beginning of a new, powerful, and passionate feeling in the love department. Now, this can herald in a new relationship or a new energy within an existing relationship, but it can also, because Venus is still retrograde, and I'm going to go back and mention her retrograde motion in a minute, but because Venus is still retrograde, she's still trying to figure out what it is she truly desires and wants within a relationship. So this Venus-Mars conjunction on the 1st of September can also bring some circumstances and situations to where Venus or yourselves, obviously, as being brought into existence by the energies of Venus, you're looking at, does this relationship fit my needs? Is this relationship what I truly want? Does it give me what I desire in a relationship? So those kinds of energies are at play. Now, Venus also rules money and finances, and Mars is the activator planet, so it's energy and action, as I said. This can actually put into motion something of a financial nature. So you might not see all of the results yet because, again, Venus is still retrograde, but once Venus goes direct, whatever it is you put in motion today, again, whether it be career-related, money-related, relationship-related, you might actually see the positive outcomes or the unfolding of energies once Venus goes direct. Now let's talk about that for a minute, because Venus went retrograde in the last week of July. I think it was around July 25th. And when she went retrograde at 0 degrees of Virgo, which is a planet, or excuse me, a sign that is all about discernment energy. Virgo is about picking apart and looking at the details and discerning logically what it really wants or what works. Now, when she went retrograde, she went back into Leo right away, and she's been in Leo for all of the month of August. And she's actually getting ready to turn direct at 14-15 degrees of Leo on September 6th. So it's only a few days away. And when Venus turns direct, some of those energies of discernment that she's been going through, and again, this is in regards to both relationship matters as well as money matters, some of those things will start to come into fruition or start to unfold or start to be made available, or things will start to come out into the open a little bit. You'll start to have more clarity and see with clarity some of the energies about those particular situations. But Venus needs to pick up speed in the sign of Leo and move through all of the degrees of Leo to get back to that point of 0 degrees Virgo where she went retrograde before I think things will be made fully clear to you as far as relationship matters, money matters, etc. And Venus will get back to that 0 degree of Virgo point around October 8th, October 9th. So give it that time period. especially because this month of September we also have a Mercury retrograde, and really you shouldn't make huge, important, life-changing decisions if you can help it during a Mercury retrograde. And Mercury actually does go retrograde in the sign of Libra, the partnership sign. So you're going to want to wait a little bit before making any final decisions if you can. Now, some of you may have already made decisions, and that's okay. It's okay that, you know, if you've already made a decision regarding perhaps leaving or getting into a relationship. It's all in, you know, what your higher soul self, what your angels and guides guide you to do. So don't think that you made a mistake if you've already made a decision, okay? Just know that because Mercury goes retrograde, it's possible that you might change your mind or look at a different perspective of the situation while Mercury goes retrograde. But Mercury doesn't actually go retrograde until September 17th. Now, it's already slowing down and starting to go into its shadow period. Once Mercury entered Libra, at 0 degrees Libra, it was actually in its shadow period. So that happened right towards the end of August. So already you might see things happening as far as miscommunication or electronical mishaps, but especially things with communication, because again, Mercury is going to go retrograde September 17th in Libra. And this is the sign of relationships, not just romantic relationships, but one-on-one partnerships and relationships of all kinds. So this can be work partnerships, business partnerships, family, friends. And again, with Mercury retrograde, there might be some miscommunication, or maybe there's been a challenge with someone in your life and you haven't spoken to them for quite a while. During Mercury retrograde, it might be the time to reconnect and try to hash things out or bring things back into a balance, because Libra is the sign of balance. Libra likes peace and balance. And you know, Libra likes to have people in their lives. They want that one-on-one interaction. So it's going to be a good time to sort out any situations or circumstances or imbalances within the relationships in your lives. Again, that will also deal with the romantic relationships, to where you are going to be thinking about, what decision do I want to make? Now, I said that Mercury goes retrograde on the 17th, even though it's already in its shadow as of the 1st of September. It actually moves back to direct motion and around October 9th, okay? And on October 9th, when it moves back to direct motion, it will be at 0 degrees of Libra, the very first degree of that sign, and it will be in a conjunction, which means it meets up with the North Node in Libra. Now, the nodes, the North Node and the South Node, have been in the signs of Libra and Aries for quite some time. While it's been in Libra and Aries for all these months, you've seen relationship situations come to a head. Wherever there's been an imbalance, this has been shown to us, because again, Libra likes equality and balance, and they like things to be fair and equal and just. And Aries, that opposite sign that the South Node is in, is all about the individual, all about the self, my needs, my wants, you know, it's all about me. And so we've been trying to bring into a balance self versus others, my needs and my wants versus other people's needs and wants within relationship, to bring things into more of a fairness and an equality state. Again, this is about all relationships. But because Mercury goes direct at 0 degrees, conjuncting the North Node in Libra, which I believe will be at 1 degree of Libra at that time, it's really going to heighten the energies of partnerships and relationships of all kinds in your life, and having that equality and that balance that you're looking for. So those are a couple of the things, and I did kind of skip over because we kind of go with the flow of how the Spirit's coming out with this energy, but we have to go back to September 12th and 13th now, because this is going to be a month of eclipses. This is going to be a new moon solar eclipse and a full moon lunar eclipse. And on September 12th, 13th, depending on where you're at in the world, and that That depends on whether it occurs actually on the 12th or the 13th of September, but we're going to have a new moon solar eclipse. So what does that mean? Whenever we have a new moon, it's about new beginnings. When we have an eclipse, it heightens the energy, intensifies the energy of that lunation, okay? And since we have a new moon, and this one occurs at 20 degrees of Virgo, so again, we go back to the energies of practicality and paying attention to the details and focusing on work and getting things done and using our powers of discernment as far as analyzing situations and circumstances and analyzing what it is that we desire in our lives. This is going to be a powerful new moon because we have, during the time of that lunation, Jupiter is opposing Neptune, so don't look for things to be clear. That new moon in Virgo wants things to be clear because they like to use their mind and they like to use logic and, again, analyze things. So they want things to make sense and be clear. But Jupiter in Virgo opposing Neptune in Pisces is going to be probably things that are unclear, not real grounded energy. It might bring a lot of confusion. So we're going to be looking for things to make sense, but they're not really making sense. Also, that lunation, Mercury is starting to station. Remember I said Mercury goes retrograde on the 17th, but this new moon solar eclipse on the 12th and 13th, Mercury's already really slowed down to its stationary point at 14 degrees of Libra. And so that's heightening the energy of miscommunications a little bit, although it is in a positive aspect to Venus in Leo, which is also kind of at its stationary point at 15 degrees of Leo. So there's things going on in relationships for sure at this new moon. The other thing during this new moon solar eclipse is that Saturn is about 5 days away from moving into the sign of Sagittarius. Now, remember that we've had a couple of good years of Saturn and Scorpio and dealing with energies of disempowerment, power and control issues with authorities in our life, or people trying to control us, or our own belief systems and thought processes controlling us. And this is where we've allowed ourselves to feel disempowered. And it's been a lot of purging, a lot of karmic circumstances of purging out those energies. But during that new moon solar eclipse, Saturn is, again, just 5 days away of entering Sagittarius, and it will be done with Scorpio for quite some time, many, many, many years. And as it moves into Sagittarius, the energy is going to feel lighter. So, again, let's jump back to September 17th, because that's when Saturn enters Sagittarius, and it will be in Sagittarius until December of 2017. So we're going to have all that time period of Saturn's energy in that sign. And it's said that Saturn in Sagittarius is going to manifest blessings for us because Saturn is a manifester. Saturn is about third dimensional time. It's about manifesting things. It's about security. It's about bringing things into form. And Sagittarius, unlike Scorpio, remember Scorpio is kind of that water, emotional, dark secrets and disempowerment or versus empowerment energy. Sagittarius is about lightness and blessings, and it's about information and the big picture, and it's just a light, happy, optimistic sign. And so we're looking for the fact that Saturn is going to bring us the manifestation of the blessings that we're looking for. Now, there's always I don't know if you want to call it good or bad or positive or negative, because it depends on your mindset. Remember, you create your reality. So if you're looking for some of the negative of Saturn, which a lot of people do, then you may manifest the negative, which could be judgments. Sagittarius tends to be a judgmental sign at times, and it deals with religious and spiritual belief systems. So you might find during this time, and this is generally over the population of the world, that there's going to be judgments with groups of people regarding their belief systems and regarding their religions and things like that are going to, Saturn's going to drum up some of the karmic situations within those areas of life. Now, again, let's look at the positive, and let's look at Saturn bringing us and manifesting the blessings in our life, the big picture that we've been looking for, waiting for, working for. And that's truly what I feel in a lot of ways is going to happen for us. It's definitely going to be a much lighter and brighter energy than it has been while it's been in Scorpio. Okay, so the next thing is September 24th and 25th. These are huge energy days for the month. A lot of energy is happening, a lot of things going on the 24th and 25th. On the 24th of September, Mars moves out of the sign of Leo and into the sign of Virgo. So now again, Mars is energy in action. It's our physical energy, but it's also energy movement, moving forward with our energy. With it in the sign of Virgo, it's going to be time to get down to the details of life. It's going to be about working hard to get things done and to manifest what your goals are, to work towards your goals. And paying attention, through that forward movement to all the little details and all the little steps that you have to take to get there. And again, it's about an energy of discernment. So don't allow it to be a critical or judgmental energy, but instead allow it to bring forth an ability to analyze and discern what steps do I need to take next to get towards my goal, to get towards what it is that I would like to manifest in my life. And Mars is going to be in Virgo until November 12th. Also on the 24th, we have Mercury squaring Pluto, which can bring huge transformation in how we think or what we believe. So it's that Mercury is a mental energy, and Pluto brings a huge transformation, but it can be challenging because it's a square. And the reason why I think that this is going to be so powerful and that I'm mentioning it, is because on the 25th, the very next day, Pluto stations direct. Okay, so it's already stationed at its stopping point at 12 degrees of Capricorn on the 24th, when Mars moves into Virgo, when Mercury is squaring Pluto. It's going to intensify the energy of that Mercury square Pluto. And by the way, also on the 25th, we have Mars squaring Saturn. So Mars newly into Virgo squares Saturn newly into Sagittarius. So there's a lot of huge energies going on here that could potentially feel like it's bringing up some challenges. Mars squaring Saturn might feel like you're being limited or restricted in your forward energy movement. Mercury squaring Pluto is looking at things from a different perspective and changing your mindset and your belief systems, so that Pluto, as it stations direct, gets you to take back your power and empower yourself and do something about it. So whatever these outside situations are, if they involve other people or organizations that, again, are disempowering you, which is a Pluto thing, then these challenging aspects are going to push you into taking a stand or taking back your truth or empowering yourself to be able to move forward. And that's why I think that that time period is going to be so hugely important. And not only those things, but September 27th, just a couple of days after those energies occur, we have a full moon lunar eclipse at 4 degrees of Aries. And Aries is the sign of new beginnings, but a full moon is a time of endings, releasing, and letting go. And again, the lunar eclipse, or the eclipse part of it, intensifies the energy. So we have a lot of endings and new beginnings, all wrapped up within this time period, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, probably even 28th, the day after the full moon lunar eclipse. That whole time period, you're going to see a lot of transformation and a lot of things occurring. Now the nodes, just to kind of wind this up, the nodes, again, are moving from 0 degrees Libra and Aries. and they're at the last degree before moving into Virgo and Pisces. Now, they're actually going to be at that 0 degree point, September, October until mid-November. So again, this deals with self versus others, our relationships, romantic, family, personal, work, friends, career, whatever it is. And we're bringing things back into balance. And again, with Pluto going direct this month, we're empowering ourselves. A lot of huge transformational energies going on. And the numerological vibration, by the way, of September is an 8. We're in an 8 universal year, and this is going to be an 8 universal month within an 8 universal year, which is all about, on an earthly level, finances, career, money, authority, but on a spiritual level, it's about empowerment. And again, spiritual empowerment, taking back our power, owning our power, and using that power wisely. So I hope you've enjoyed this Soul Reflections video. I want to send you all much love and light, and much prosperity and abundance, and much happiness and joy as we move into this month of change and redirection and empowerment for ourselves and for the planet. So love and light and blessings to all. Namaste.